Concord versus Amanda Mount. Amanda Mount versus Concord, 2501975. Mr. Gallup.
Good morning, Your Honor. Creighton Gallup, P63002 on behalf of Concord Cooperative.
Ms. Mount?
Amanda Mount.
I'm at a loss as to what is going on here. I thought the case was settled, and I'm getting motion after motion after motion, and when people are done filing motions, they're filing more motions. I mean, everything from certifying a class to now motion for protective orders, sanctions for abuse of process. I mean, I don't know what to say anymore. Are you guys settling this or not settling this?
Your Honor, if I could interject here, we have mediated on at least 2 occasions with Judge Hessen, and I'd like to say on a personal note, I appreciate her efforts to try and get this thing resolved. I have submitted to Ms. Mount, this is on a second occasion, a revised agreement that I believe encapsulated the final terms that we had worked out with Judge Hessen after doing a walkthrough of her unit. First one I was denied access, but Judge Hessen facilitated a second inspection. We went in there, and we believe we'd worked out a deal. I have provided that to Court Administrator Jen on Friday and a copy to Ms. Mount. I have not heard back from Ms. Mount as to whether those terms are acceptable or not. So the ball is in her court. The only motion that we have filed is after the 14th motion was filed by Ms. Mount last week. We just had to put an end to this. We just can't keep up with these motions. A lot of these are evidentiary in nature, and they're not.
These kinds of things. You can raise this at the time of the hearing. Motion to strike police report and certain board member statements is inadmissible, misleading, and tainted by conflict of interest. Motion to preserve rights, objections, and defenses. I mean, I don't want to be rude. It seems like you're enjoying playing lawyer here, and that's okay. But at some point, I'd understood the case was settled. That's what I'd understood. Now I have seemingly I got stacks of stuff here, and I don't know what's happening. Can you just tell me what the basic tenet of the conditional dismissal terms were, Mr. Gallup?
If the court's comfortable with that, because I do know that she had filed a request for a waiver.
Notice this. Settlements aren't just about ending the fight. They're about fixing real-world issues. Here, repairs to Amanda's unit are literally written into the deal. That's how detailed conditional dismissals get.
Proposal that was sent to her last week, which is the second draft, which incorporated newer terms for her protection after the inspection that we'd done with Judge Hessen.
Well, do I dare ask what the new terms were?
It specified certain items that we were going to repair in her unit that were basis of her counter complaint, things that she'd said that had been lingering that had gone unaddressed. It was all going to be taken care of here within the next 30 days.
I don't know what to say. I thought it was settled. Did they change something?
No, the habitability was settled, and not the misconduct.
Remind me, what specific misconduct?
Withholding my work order, filing a case report when I wasn't even there.
So,
and it all started after I started enforcing my shareholder rights for withholding a work order.
Can you elaborate on that, Mr. Gallup?
Yeah, she keeps referencing these police reports that are not a part of the court record right now, and it's one basis of one of her motions. I really don't know how to respond to it. It's not a part of the court record yet. She's insistent on having a police report.
File police reports.
I had to do it. There was at least one or two police reports, one of which, when the police were contacted after there'd been a threat made about the site manager, she threatened that she was going to beat her up. I believe there was at least one other police report sometime where she believes there's conflicting statements from maintenance guys that she wants to call as witnesses. I don't think there's any probative value here. That nothing's been submitted to the court as a part of this. And if this is something that would need to be excluded or included as a part of an exhibit at trial, there are limiting motions and processes that would be handled for something like that. It's very preliminary that she would raise this issue right now. I don't think it's relevant.
Plot twist. The judge admits it sounds like Amanda is winning. But here's the kicker. If you're already ahead, why keep flooding the court with motions? Strategy or self-sabotage? What do you think?
All these repairs are going to take place.
Yeah, they were already supposed to have taken place last month, but she wouldn't let us into the unit. She changed that. Now it's scheduled, Judge. We'd rescheduled it pursuant to new agreement to the end of September because it's going to require her and her family.
Slow down. Wait. I can't hear. I can't pick up two of you at the same time. You think I can hear you both and comprehend you both? Was a date set for them to come in?
Yes.
Did you let them in?
The first time, no.
Why?
Because I would prefer an extra set of eyes because...
Did you tell Judge Hessen you weren't going to let them in the first time without her being there?
No.
Why did you not let them in then?
Well, because there's bigger issues.
So they're seeking to have you removed. And it sounds to me like you're winning. That's what's befuddling. Hang on. It sounds to me like you're winning. If there's a conditional dismissal, Leonard, they have obligations, you have obligations, but as far as I can tell, you've won.
I understand that, but the conditional dismissal, I've done nothing to deserve a conditional dismissal. I did what I'm allowed to do.
Well, doesn't the conditional dismissal set forth that they're going to undertake all this work? And that there's to be no further violations by you, and as long as there aren't, that will be, the case will remain dismissed. Yeah. Look, if you guys don't want to settle it, I have no issue with that. Yeah. All I know is I thought it was settled, and it seems like every single or every other third day it just seems like I get motion after motion. I come back from a conference, I got motions after motions here. And I'm thinking, what is going on? I thought we were waiting for a conditional dismissal. Did you graduate from college?
Almost.
Maybe you should go to college and go to law school.
It's not my intention. I have stage fright. Like, this is not what I want to do, but I do know my rights, and I know I didn't do anything wrong. And
all right. I understood it was settled. Is there any?